Why grandkids need your life story and not your stuff. Most people tell me the same thing. I didn't do anything that special. But that belief exactly is why family stories disappear. What feels ordinary to you becomes priceless once you're gone. Priceless to those you leave behind. Today, I want to explain why your stories matter more than you think and why your family will wish they had them. Don't you wish you had your parents' story? And if they're alive right now, get it? Your grandparents' story, and if they're alive, get it right now? I mean, just the family recipes are golden. All the pictures put in one place. In my book, I've got my great-great-grandfather, Giuseppe, in a picture from San Cataldo, Italy, with his 4 siblings, his parents. And they all sit there. Maybe I should show that picture. Anyway, they all kind of just sit there with this look on their face. There's no smiling. That's how they used to do it back in the day. Okay, let's move on. I'm Greg Colosi. I'm 69 years young. I'm not a doctor, an attorney, a CPA. I don't even have a college degree. And I got my degree in the School of Life, as you have also. I've been an entrepreneur for over 50 years. I've written several books. I'm a husband, a father, and a grandfather, which I am most proud of. I created a life story for your grandkids because I saw too many families lose their stories forever. So I wrote my life story a couple of months ago, and it's been enlightening. Not just writing the story, but the side benefits. And we'll talk about some of those today. This video will show you why your life stories matter more than you've ever been told. And if you're over 60, or you got a parent or a grandparent that's over 60, and thinking about legacy, this is where it starts. Okay, like I said, people say I didn't do anything special. I'm not famous. My life wasn't interesting. Your life story doesn't need fame to have meaning. This isn't going out to the general public. This is going to your family. Okay, you've got a targeted market. Your life story for your grandkids is important because it's personal. Ordinary lives are the ones families care about most. Reason 2, family history disappears fast. Memories fade faster than people realize. Details disappear within 1 generation. Stories turn into guesses, myths, and half-truths. It's like that game Telephone, okay? You tell somebody something, they tell the next, and it goes around the room to 6, 7 people, comes out the other end totally different, okay? You don't want that. You want the real story. When a life story isn't written, there's no context, no explanations, no voice, and writing your life story stops that loss cold. Reason number 3, your grandkids want context, not perfection. Grandkids want to know what life was really like for you, how things worked back then, what you struggled with. Back then, if you're my age, there were no cell phones. You had a telephone in your home, and sometimes you shared it with a neighbor, okay? Somebody wanted to get a hold of you, they called you on the telephone, or they came over and knocked on your door. That was it, okay? It wasn't like it was today. In some ways, it's a lot better. And I still do. Some people like phone calls, and I call them. Some people like texts, I text. But I try to get in the phone calls as much as I can to my circle of friends. Your life story for your grandkids helps you understand why their parents think the way they do, why you think the way you do, where family habits come from, why they're wired this way, okay? Because you're wired that way. You could see a mom and a daughter, or a father and his son walking, and they walk the same exact way. I mean, that's cool. I mean, you can tell that when you see them. Reason number 4, your experiences become guidance. Lessons don't have to be sound like advice. Stories teach without preaching. Your life story shows how you handled hard times, made the mistakes you made, and decisions that you regret. That honesty becomes quiet guidance years later. Boy, I wish I had this from my dad and my grandfather. This is about legacy, not ego. Writing your life story isn't bragging, and I had this same challenge when I did mine, okay? Even though I've written, this is my 6th book, okay? I guess the other ones were for kind of ego, because I wanted my first book I did in 2010, and I wrote a book about, actually the book was written over years, and I didn't know I would turn it into a book. When my daughter went to college, I would send her a quote every week. It'd arrive on Thursday, and under the quote, I wrote a life lesson that had to do with her at that stage in her life, a female, a college student. And unbeknownst to me, I didn't find this out till 3 or 4 months later, that when it showed up, my daughter Courtney gathered, because they wanted to, gathered her flatmates, okay? It was in a dorm, her dorm mates, and they sat around. Courtney read the quote and the lesson, and they all discussed it. So I wrote a number of those. I did it every single week while she was in college for 4 straight years. And I committed, whether she said anything or not, I was going to follow through. Well, it turned out pretty good. I got a book out of it, and I wrote it not intending to write a book. And you've probably got some of those things around too. Anyway, writing your life story isn't bragging, like I said. It's not a highlight reel. It's breadcrumbs. It's breadcrumbs for the people that you love, okay? Your life story for your grandkids means they hear your voice again. They understand your choices. They know who you really were. And you can, like this video, you can include videos, okay? With my program, there is at the beginning of each chapter, there is a QR code. And it's video of you for that chapter. We can make it audio too, but it's video of you. Unbelievable. So we got a full document here, okay? And I just thought of something else that I might do. I don't know why I'm telling you, but anyway, take all of your pictures and put it on a video. You know, a slow-mo, and telling what each one was with some nice music, maybe of the time. I would have some Italian music from the late 1800s. My grandfather was born in 1898, and he's the youngest of 5 children. I thought of that idea. So the life story for your grandkids means they hear your voice again, they understand your choices, they know who you really were. Your life story matters even if you think it doesn't. It matters for those that love you. Families lose stories faster than they expect. Life stories for your grandkids creates connection across time, and your experiences quietly guide future generations. So this is something that's going to happen after you're gone, okay? But they're going to be thinking about you. You know how you think about your mother, your father? Well, they're really going to be thinking about you with this book, and they can go right to the book and see, hey, what did Grandpa say? Or what did great-grandpa say? Or great-grandma, what did she say? This is about legacy, not recognition. Life moves faster the older we get. You know that, and I know that. Time becomes more valuable than money. We know that too. Freedom comes from knowing what truly matters. We do. Legacy is built one honest story at a time. You don't retire from life, you redesign it. Okay, if you would like a copy, I've got a guide on how to do this, okay? It's, is it 57 pages? No, 37 pages long. Just put in the notes. Give me the guide, okay? The notes. The description down below. Just go down there and leave me a comment and say, give me the guide. And any questions you have, leave those in the comments down below. Thank you, and Make it a great day. Bye.